iPhone 16 Pro Max has landed, and as always with Apple, it's surrounded by a lot of hype. But is it worth the upgrade? Well, let's dive into its new features and improvements and see if it's truly a game changer in 2025. Okay, first let's talk about the packaging. Apple made some changes in their packaging, and the iPhone 16 series comes in a box with a 6% smaller than last year. And it's made from 100% wood fiber. I can say it's a small win for the environment. The unboxing experience is also different because it's featuring a paper pamphlet and a cold charging cables instead of typical plastic wrap. Nothing groundbreaking, but it has a nice touch. The design still remains as sleek as ever, but with the iPhone 16 Pro Max available in Desert Titanium, which is a stunning new color for the Pro Max versions. The non-Pro models comes in a regular finishes, but what stands out for this year is the introduction of the action button. Replacing the traditional hardware toggle on non-Pro models, on the Pro models you can get a new camera control button, which is a pressure sensitive and lets you quickly launch the camera app and snap photos or videos. The new interface does have some downsides. Of course, it requires two hands to navigate. It's not really that practical for most users, and it doesn't feel significantly faster than using the on-screen buttons for me. Despite that, the camera system itself is fantastic. The 48-megapixel Fusion camera offers improved low-light performance and better macro shots. And the Pro models now have an upgraded 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera, which captures more detail. However, you will expect a longer capture times and more storage usage due to the increase of the resolution. Now the display. If you're considering the iPhone 16 or 16 Plus, the screen remains the same as last year. It's still a 60Hz panel, which might feel a little outdated in 2025. However, the Pro models step things up in the larger displays at 6.3 inches and 6.9 inches. The difference in size is there, but it's not dramatic enough to sway users who are already comfortable within the last year's model. But performance is where the iPhone 16 Pro Max shines. With 2-generation jump in the chip, it means smoother performance across the board when it comes to gaming. And particular benefits, the console games now accessible directly on your iPhone. Apple's introduced a new thermal substructure on the Pro models to help manage the heat better during long sessions or heavy use. In terms of battery life, Apple has worked hard to ensure that you get more screen time with your larger batteries. The iPhone 16 Pro Max also supports the CH2 wireless charging standards, offering a faster charging speed. You can power this phone with Apple's 25 watts MagSafe charger or the 30-watt brick for quicker power-ups. One of the most talked about features for the iPhone 16 series is the Apple Intelligence. However, here's the catch. Apple Intelligence is not fully ready yet. As of making this video though, the marketing has been pretty heavy, but most of the AI features like context-aware Siri or image generation won't be available until later this year. It's a bit misleading to market the iPhone 16 as an AI-powered phone, when the major features are still months away. Currently, all we have are the basic features like writing tools, smart replies, and cleanup tools. So, is the iPhone 16 Pro Max worth upgrading to? If you have an older iPhone model like the iPhone 12, the performance boost and improved camera system and the battery improvements make a solid choice. However, if you're already on a recent iPhone, the upgrade might feel incremental. The lack of the ready-use Apple Intelligence and the limited display changes on the regular iPhone 16 Pro models might leave you wondering if it's worth buying it right now. Overall, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is a solid and reliable upgrade, but it might not be as revolutionary as you might expect. If you're a fan of the camera, gaming, and performance improvements, then it's definitely worth it to pick. Just be aware that some of the most exciting features won't be available until later this year. Well, let me know your thoughts, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys in the next one.